Welcome to Explain It Like I'm 5, Project Zomboid Edition. I don't know what else to call this. I'm gonna do a brand new playthrough and talk about everything that I'm doing down to a T to try and help anybody who's new or, you know, provide some background noise for people who like this kind of thing. First off, I highly recommend you go to Sandbox. This is where you would pick your mods if you have any. I just have this little vehicles animated. It doesn't do anything really. You want to pick your location next. I recommend Riverside or Echo for new people. I'm gonna go to Riverside for this because I haven't been there in a while, so we're gonna go to Riverside for this new playthrough. A lot of people go back and forth on this, whether you do 1 hour or 2 hour days. I like 1 hour days. It makes it a little quick, especially when you're trying to get to your TV shows in time. I don't mess with anything here except for, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't mess with any of these settings. Here is where you can tweak the loot if you want to crank it up, turn it down or whatever. Nothing here. If you want to make your life a little easier on you, you can mess with the water and electricity shut off. That would help you a ton. Nature stuff, character. Here you can also do a free starter kit. Gives you a little bit of stuff to work with. I believe zombies is where I want to be. Yeah, the zombie tab, my bad. So the zombie tab, I highly recommend you turn all of these to 0. The 3 respawn settings, turn those to 0, and you can just flat turn respawn off too on top of that. You can respawn. You can turn it off here. I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. You don't have to mess with these, putting them at 0, but I like to put them to 0. So I highly recommend turning respawn off as it makes you feel like you're making progress. Some people like the endless amount of zombies. I, however, like respawn being turned off. So that way when you clear an area, you know it's clear and you actually feel like you're making progress. Here's where a lot of people get hung up is character builds. I definitely think the way to go in 42 is less downsides. I need to tweak my build. This is one I've been running. I think I need to get rid of the slow metabolism. I think I'll be getting rid of that, and I'll have to figure out what I'm taking to replace it, but I definitely don't recommend it. But a lot of people get hung up on here. I definitely recommend, if you're first starting out, not taking anything really. If you want to take a few, slow reader is pretty much free points, and short-sighted is pretty easy to take at first. And then I also recommend slow healer. These are pretty good, and you have 15 points to work with. As far as what I would take if you're gonna do something here, organized is very good, and keen hearing. Those are great for brand new people because it gives you larger perception radius. It's such a huge boon. Outdoorsy is really good. I also really like cat's eyes, so you can see at night. If this is kind of a beginner build that I would probably run myself, this is pretty solid. Organized is going to give you more inventory, the keen hearing, and the cat's eyes is going to help you survive. Speed demon's okay, just you can use cruise control, but speed demon will help you if you happen to get your car stuck on like a bush or something. It does move a little more efficiently. Speed demon's not necessary. You could just take it off and just have the 1 point floating, but this is definitely something I would take if I was brand new and I had a little bit better grasp of the game to take a character build. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking nothing at all, and just playing the game as base of a character as is, and really getting your hand on everything, a handle on everything, you know. For this, I'm gonna work on my character build right here, and then I'll show you what it actually is, what I'm actually going to be taking. So this is probably what I'm going to run it. I took off the slow metabolism and took off dexterous because it doesn't really do that much for me. This wilderness knowledge one is so good. I really like fast healer in build 42 because it helps you recover from the new muscle strain a lot faster. Honestly, like, the high thirst probably isn't worth it, but it doesn't bother me that much. And sleepyhead doesn't bother me either. Although some Zomboid people really hate it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't feel very difficult to deal with in any of the playthroughs I've been running it. So I find it's a good replacement for some points. Anyways, let's get into it. This is the story of how I died. I'll probably die really fast. Just simply for the fact that I'm doing a Let's Explain video. My first character will probably die. That's just how it will go. That's just my luck. We'll see. Oh, sweet. We're one of those characters that has the TV blaring. So as soon as you tune in, start, you can switch it to your TV to life and living. and catch, I believe it's fishing or cooking. It's cooking. So every 6 hours, you can catch a TV show. Oh yeah, right. Not really dealing with firearm stuff. We got an empty bleach bottle. They're not great for water containers as they're heavier, but you know what? I'll take it. It's an empty water container I don't have to worry about for a little bit. So hopefully we can find a can opener pretty easily. We're gonna rock the frying pan because having something to hit zombies in the face with is just, it's just good. Right now, I'm just prioritizing being light. Ooh. I doubt this. I don't know how long this playthrough is going to last, but that's a pretty good magazine to not leave. All right, so having something to hit zombies in the face with is what I always try to strive for in the beginning of any playthrough. It looks like we have a decent selection of cars, potentially. I sprint around a lot. I don't recommend it. People in single player will just use walk 2 and then you can use F4 to speed up. If you know the area is safe. Was this the oh, it's the story POI. The prisoners in the, we're gonna get a duffel bag real early. Okay, I'm just gonna have to wait for them to break it. I guess I could break it. Yeah, avoid their ground attacks. They're pretty gnarly. Your ground attack is based off where your feet are as a character. I know that's a little misleading, but it's literally where your feet are. Alright, that zombie was kind of stuck in the wall, so I'm hoping he'll just come out. If you push, as soon as zombies crawl through, they'll just land on the ground and not doing anything. Watch the door just be open. No, it's not. So I get really nervous. Don't ever climb in through a window, even if you know the zombie's not going to do anything. Because they could snap out of their I want to destroy this door mode. So it's always best to try to find another vantage point, if possible. I'm just going to break this. I hear another zombie. See, there's that keen hearing. He snapped into my perception, even though he was behind me real fast. There's that keen hearing coming into play. Wait, I don't have keen hearing on this one. Never mind. I just got really lucky and noticed it. Oh, now all the zombies are popping up. This is turning into a thing. So we're going to try and utilize the fence here. I am terrible at fence combat, but I will do my best to demonstrate to the best of my ability. That could be my death. Oh, and I dropped the frying pan. Heck yeah. That's how you don't do fence combat. Run over here and grab the frying pan. Alright, I could still probably do this. I don't... Okay. If you're gonna do this fence stuff, be sure you're just doing like picking off 1 or 2 at a time. It's gonna take a lot out of you, jumping the fence and stuff, especially depending on what character build you take. Getting pretty lucky here that we got a lot of slow shamblers mixed in with the faster ones. So like he's a faster one. So I can pull him way up here. Hopefully, yeah. As I said, it's based on where your feet are. So if you get up by the head, you're gonna do better. You gotta really watch those crawlers, man. Now, if you can get a setup like this, where you can stand on one and push one or two others, that's honestly what you want. It's called the Wombo Combo. Trying not to use the frying pan too much. But we just cleared out a lot of zombies right here. So we're actually kind of making this neighborhood pretty safe already. Now we got this zombie making a ton of noise, hitting this door. We got distracted from our goal. But we have all these zombies stirred up. We do have some exertion right now. The street has a lot of zombies, so what we're gonna have to do is try and clear this out so we can have somewhere to rest and get rid of our exertion. Okay, so he would have stayed attacking the door had we just jumped in beside him. But it's why take an unnecessary risk if you don't need to? I would like this duffel bag, please. Boom. Duffel bag. Boom. Roasted. Vehicle key. Oh, we found a key ring out here, didn't we? But we got interrupted. I didn't get to see what was in it. Ah, for the Chevalier. Boots are good, but this has a hole in it. We're going to hold off on that. The hats have discomfort now, so I'm not going to wear it if I don't need to. Some perfect boots. Nice. Let's go ahead and put those on. All right. We're going to see if there's anything in his duffel. A simple metal knife. Okay, give that to me. A bulletproof vest. I'm not super worried about keeping that. There is a loaded M9. I know you spawn with one, but I don't really like using the spawn one. We finally have a digital watch and a whistle. Whistle increases your shout range, so I don't know when I'll ever need that, but you know. Diary and twine. I like to pick up twine. It's pretty useful later. You don't need to. Got our screwdriver. Okay, good. An empty glass bottle. That could be better than the bleach bottle. We can replace it if it becomes an issue, but as of right now, I doubt it's going to be. Always loot a pair of tweezers. Just trust me. It's always good to have tweezers on you, especially if you accidentally, you know, forget to remove the glass from a window. You get glass stuck in your hands. You got those tweezers right there to help alleviate that situation. Some chalky milk. Never can't go wrong with chugging some chalky milk. We're gonna rest and get our high exertion down. Probably another 30 minutes just to make sure it's good and gone. I missed the noon show, which is kind of bad. I believe that's the carpentry one. That's the really, really important one that you should get. Till all the TV shows can get your skills to level 3. They can't go any further than that, so once you hit level 3 in the TV show stuff, you don't have to worry so much about catching them. All right, let's check out some of these cars, see if we can use any of them. If we got keys. We did not get keys for this one. That's my mod. Let's see. Yeah, keys didn't come in this one. Could look around the map. Could be keys right there, but I think those are glasses. We could double check the zombies around here as well to make sure we didn't miss it. I also like to pick up the digital watches, so that way when you want to level up your electric skill later, you already have a bunch of watches to take apart. But that's just one of those long-term things you kind of prep for. Did we get the keys to this car? I don't remember if the key symbol popped up last time we were near it. We do have the keys to this car. Does it have gas? I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not. Oh, look. Okay. I'm trying to not rely so heavily on the frying pan, because it's gonna break pretty quickly. There we go. Nothing. No gas in this car, but we do have the keys for it. So it's definitely something to remember. This is the house we came from. Now, going into houses that have cars parked next to them, there's a decent chance that the keys will spawn in a loot container in the house. So be sure, if you get a car with no keys, to double check the house pretty thorough. Check everything. I've found car keys in the weirdest places. I also like to throw down leather clothing, so that way later when I need to get leather for tailoring, I just have to walk around and find all the stuff I dropped. Again, that's just a little min-maxing thing I do. Not a huge deal to do or not do. Okay, this is a little risky because I don't know how many zombies are in here. I hear the one. She's more concerned about the door. Why did she want in there? Probably because she saw us through the windows. The goal is to find backpacks early. If you can't find a backpack like I did, use a sheet, right-click a sheet, and go to make sheet sling bag. And that it's like a bag that holds 15 pounds, I believe. It has a space of 15, so it's pretty solid. A whetstone and a box of garbage bags. Again, not a huge thing to pick up the thing of garbage bags. But finding them bulked up like that is pretty nice, and I don't think the encumbrance is too bad for the whole box. Yeah, just one. Boom. Roasted. So we did not find a key for the car in the house. We do have a TV show in an hour and a half, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Something that helps me keep track of the TV shows is I'll just set an alarm on my watch after every show for 6 hours later, because the TV shows are every 6 hours. Always try the front door. A lot of times they are locked, but sometimes it'll just save you some time. Because every time I've gone straight for the windows, the front door ended up being open, and I felt real stupid after. I do want these chips. I don't care about the cigarettes or anything. Another big thing I would tell you to do, always make sure your water containers are topped off. It's literally free to do, and especially in the beginning of the game, like it's literally just something free you can do. So the beans are really heavy. So I usually just mark them on the map, and any fresh food I don't feel like taking, throw them in the freezer. So that way when the power goes off, it will save you some time and you can come get them at a later date. I'm actually going to write down that there are beans here because it's pretty significant find to have beans marked on your map, because you can put them in a lot of stews and stuff. Come back and find that later. I'm not going to go over there just yet. Although we did get keys for a Chevrolet Nova. I think that's what that car is. So we could go check that out. There we go. Let's go give it a shot. See if that's the car we have keys for. Not a lot of zombies back here right now, so now's our chance. It's not. Or is it that one we have keys for? I don't know. I never can remember the names of the cars. Alright, so if you have a car that's locked and you really want to get in, it does have gas in it. So if you want to see if a car has gas in it, you can just walk up to it and hit V, and if it has the ability to siphon it, then it's got gas. But I like to, you know, smash the window on the passenger side, so that way zombies can't get you while you're driving. You smash the passenger window, then just move over seats. All right, there's no keys in this car anywhere, but I unlocked all the doors and double checked the ignition. No keys. And an empty gas can. I am gonna take that, because we are one step away from being able to siphon gas now. We just need a hose, which I don't think is too bad to find. It just depends on your RNG as a person. I know some people, it took them forever to find the hose, and some people find them really easy. All right, no keys. Open the trunk, nothing in the ignition. So I never get out with a zombie this close on the same side they're on. Just move seats, then get out. That way you're not taking any unnecessary chances. Aprons are pretty cool to take because they're a layer of clothing that you can add leather patches to for some armor. So it's not a bad thing to pick those up. All right, so where I took Sleepyhead, my character is already drowsy. So it is a different way to play, especially if you play with a lot of downside traits. It's going to change the way you play your game. So your experience is going to be a little different than mine because I'm already drowsy at 6 p.m. because this person needs a lot of sleep. Which is fine, it's not too bad. The way I've adapted to Sleepyhead is when I'm not trying to catch all the TV shows, I'll just take like an hour nap. Like in the car or something. That way it just alleviates the sleepyhead thing. Some people don't like to deal with it. Well, a lot of people don't like to deal with it, but I found it's not bad to deal with. All right, we got that drowsy Moodle really weighing us down. We're probably just gonna chill and head back. And that'll be our first day in Project Zomboid. So I do want to talk about this Moodle real quick. When it says bad smell, it's just warning you that there's a lot of dead bodies nearby. You're not actually sick just yet. So if you see that, just be wary of how long you're spending near zombie bodies. You'll never have the issue with corpse sickness. Did they see me? I think they did. All right, so we're going to go and rest in our spawn house because I know it's clear. And we killed a lot of zombies nearby, so hopefully it's not going to be too big a video. There we go. There's a good example of fence combat. I did it. Apparently there are a lot of zombies in that house. Our neighbors must have been having a party when the apocalypse hit. It's called fencing. A residence key? I don't like to put those in my actual bags. So that way when I'm done with an area, I can just throw the keys somewhere. Be done with it entirely. That's your first day in Project Zomboid, give or take. You know, if you don't have the sleepyhead perk like I did, your day would be a little bit longer. But this is where if you found any books, you would read them or exercise or whatever right before bed and make sure you know, do all the things it requires to be human. Thank you guys for being here. I will do more days lumped together after this, but I feel like the first day is pretty impactful with your decision making and stuff. I would recommend catching the TV shows right there at when I left. It's like 7:30 p.m. I think. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure you hit the like button, drop a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.